What is up, everybody? It is Blind Metal Gamer here with you once again, and I want to thank you for joining me on this Monday evening. And tonight, in our discussion, we're going to be talking about WWE 2K26 once again. This time, I want to talk about the pricing models, the DLC structure, and what we know now compared to my original live discussion, and what this could mean for accessibility. We know. Um, Like I said in the last video, it's coming to current gen consoles and PC only now. No more PS4, no more Xbox One. But how's that going to fare as far as accessibility, and how's it going to fare in terms of the new DLC structure and the pricing models? Well, we're going to talk about all that. I'm going to break everything down and explain everything and tell you what you need to know about WWE 2K26, and that way it'll help you to make an informed purchasing decision to see whether or not this game is right for you. Okay, so first, I'm going to start by talking about the pricing models. There's going to be four different models, four different versions. The regular version, which I'm going to be rounding off to the nearest whole dollar, and I'll explain, by a price point on the PlayStation Store. So the first version is the regular version, which is WWE 2K26 Standard Edition, which is $69.99 or $70 if you round off to the nearest whole dollar. The second edition is the King of Kings edition, which is the deluxe edition this year. That is going to be $99.99 or $100 rounded up to the nearest dollar. The third edition is the Attitude Era edition, which is $129.99 or $130 if you round it up to the nearest whole dollar. The final edition is the Monday Night Wars edition, which is $149.99 or $150 if you round it up to the nearest whole dollar. Now, that is four different models, four different pricing SKUs there for consumers. Now, hey viewer, what's up? Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, what does that mean? What is it going to do with me? That means there's four different versions of the game to choose from. Now, each version is going to have different things. Now, the regular version, of course, you just get the standard game, no DLC stuff, which we're going to get into in a minute. And if you pre-order the game before, I think it's like March 13th or March 12th, something like that, you also get the standard edition of last year's game, WWE 2K25. Okay, that is the first thing I want to talk about is how they're giving you last year's game to play till this year's game releases. How are you going to have time to do all that content if you have a life, if you have kids, if you have family, if you have a job? Like me, they're probably wondering, Blind Metal Gamer, that would be easy for you, right? Well, no, because in 2026, I have a job. I got things to focus on now, so I've got to focus on that. I don't have time to sit and play a wrestling game that I can't even play right now because we're going to get into here in a little bit. Hey guys. So, okay, with WWE 2K26 regular edition, you get no ringside battle passes. That's right. I'm going to go into the DLC structure now. They're doing a battle pass system, a free version and a paid version. So with 120 tiers, I think it's 60 per each thing. So okay, the regular version of the game, you don't get any of the Battle Pass stuff. The King of Kings edition, the $100 version, you get year one ring Battle Pass. Attitude Era edition, you get years 1 through 4. Monday Night War edition, you get years 1 through 6. Guys, they're trying to goat you into paying $150 just to get the stuff. When it used to be you could get the packs the way you wanted. And, you know, I'm like, what? Really? Then, on top of that, they're going to monetize you again with tier skips. Now, how this is going to work is I want to give a shout out to Game Cross for this. If you don't want to unlock each season's tier, you can buy tier skips for each thing to unlock it automatically. That right there, guys, is predatory monetization. And I'm going to call it, I call bullshit. Bullshit on that. Because not everybody who wants to get the game to play it's going to have all this money to burn on it. You know, there are people like yours truly and other folks who might want to get the game and just say, hey, I want to mess around with it. I want to have fun. And they might want to say, hey, I want to have a good time with it. I want to enjoy this. I want to have fun and not have to deal with all the predatory microtransactions. But oh no 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 no. They can't have that. They gotta have all that money, baby. And what do? Let's make them pay 150 bucks for their high-end edition to get all the stuff. Then if they want to unlock everything even quicker, they gotta pay even more money to get them tier skips, baby. That's what they're gonna do, and that's how they roll. Now, I'm gonna talk about something. I know I've talked about this in the last time I talked about this, but accessibility. We're going to current gen consoles only now, guys. So there's no excuse for them not to add a screen reader to the game this year. None. Now, in the last video I made about this game, I said if they ended up with a screen reader, I would pay for the high-end edition. Now, I'm going to retract on that a little bit. Now that I know they are going to be doing tier skips, I'm going to sit back and assess the game for what it is. I've not pre-ordered the game. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait and kind of get feedback from other people, preferably my buddy Big T over in England. He's going to probably be playing it and giving me the heads up on screen reader support. If they end up with it, I may consider it. I'll have to consider now that we know about the tier skips. That kind of pisses me off because, come on, all that is a money grab. And what's it gonna do? People, like I said, that don't have that kind of money or time are gonna be trapped. And then you got it'll come out again next year, 2K27. We know and we all know, come on now, they're working on that in secret in the background. We just don't know about it yet because it's behind closed doors, you know? And you know they're working on the next iteration in secret. And it's like, come on, guys. This is a new thing. They're going to test the waters this year to see if it works. Plus, you got my faction they're going to do too. So they're going to monetize you with that. So that's three different ways for them to monetize this game. Now, on the accessibility side, each year they've been giving us the same old cookie cutter options. And I really want to see a change for improvement in blind accessibility. And I said if they had a screen reader, I will buy the game and I will support it. But I am not going to. I refuse to pay $150 for all that shit. There's no way, guys. That's too much with what's going on in the world right now. So my point is this, of this discussion is this. You make up your own mind. If you want to buy the game and play it, you buy it and play it. Me, I don't know if I'm going to buy it or not. I'm going to hold off and see what they do as far as accessibility. Now that I know that they are monetizing it in three different forms, that I really want to just kind of sit back and see because if they give it the same old treatment, that just shows me they don't care about accessibility. But if they're willing to add a screen reader to the game, I might be willing to support it and pay 150 bucks or whatever, or get it when it goes on sale. I might see if they put it on sale or maybe do it that way. I might get it as a sale item. But I'm sure as hell I'm not going to pre-order it and be duped and be scammed out of money and then maybe not be able to play just because it's not accessible. So I'm going to end it with this. Make up your own mind about WWE 2K26. I'll be back with more when the game releases and when I know more about the accessibility. So until then, If you liked this stream and you want more, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and hype this bad boy up. So until then, I've been Blind Metal Gamer saying so long, stay warm and stay safe, and peace out for now.